Here I am as I try this interesting Rockstar of a drink. What makes it interesting? Nails? Well, with all that gold and the purple, I think I know some perfect polishes for it. Oh yes, oh yes. But for now, let's try this bad boy up and open it up nicely. This is tropical guava. This seems to be the only one they have in this country of Australia, this Rockstar. And I've been liking the Rockstars as they don't have any sweetener in them, and a lot of the energy drinks seem to have sweetener. Pretty nice as I enjoy the sun and everything. I quite like it. I like that in the ingredients that I recall, there is ginseng, ginseng root, which is good for you, and it says sugar, and it doesn't say anything of sweeteners in it at all, if you can see that right there. So that's that. I have a nice, interesting purple. I think it's a holotako color, potentially. And I have a really nice, sparkly gold like that. So I'm thinking of doing a veiny nails with this. So you never know. But there it is. Rock starring it. Here with the rocks that I've been having. I noticed it is a color which makes sense. I'm going to put some of it in here. See? It is that, I think that's a very common tropical color. It's like red. I guess it's gonna go with my hand, especially this. See? Yep. Here goes this first awesome holotako polish, and the second one to a French one, which is unsparkle, and then the sparkly one again with a second coat to really show that color off, and of course the purple. Oh yes, that purple, and then the gold I told you about. Oh, I love this gold polish. I think it's from the Crushed collection of the Sugar Rush that I recall. And I decided to make the star that is on the can. I thought it looked pretty nice, though it was a little hard for me to do, as you can see here. I'm doing my best. So it's a little crude, but I guess it has character, you could say. And I'm just using it and coloring it all into that full-on star of it all. Look, don't worry, it's going to get a little bit better. I know, it really does look crude, doesn't it? And then if you know the can of this one, it has outlined in black. So I'm doing another star inside the star to give it that outline that it does on the can itself of the rock star of it all. Yes, I am. It was a little hard with the brush I was using, and it seemed to have to keep going back for more polish. So, of my, brush to do designs with. So I eventually got it where I needed it to, as I went over them a few times in different places. And I'm using like a dark sparkly color. And as I have an R in it, I'm doing my best to write an R inside, even though it's a little hard because not a lot of space. And I'm not too skilled with really small. I can do letters to a point, but this was a little hard for me doing it. And the polish was being a little thin, so I had to go back on it like always have to do sometimes when it's not enough. And there's the R facing like the wrong way, so I tried doing the R the other way, and it came out okay. It just didn't really have a lot of space for me to do it. And I don't know if it was the brush I was using, but then I went back to the line around it in the star and stuff after it dried a little bit more, and that did help get it more black and not so thin. So with that, now I'm putting a nice thick glossy top coat on that nail of it. And now I'm going back to the French nail of just the pink and these. And this is why I'm doing all the lines, kind of, the gold rush of it all, whatever. And that's what I wanted to do sideways because it kind of had just like the shoom, shoom on the can. So it was like, I'm doing that direction. I'm doing it on the thumb as well that I'm doing here. So I'm doing some nice sideways lines going to the other thing. And I'm making them not too perfect. I felt like making a tiny little one on the top. Just kind of do that because it's kind of like hiding behind the thing. But this is what I decided. And I decided to take the same non-sparkle purple and put it in between because it just felt like it needed more lines. And there was that as well on the can with a lighter purple, so that's why I'm doing this. And I did think it gave it more when the whole thing was striped sideways instead of just some of the nail. So that's that. And now, of course, everything else needs a nice, thick, glossy top coat so I can hold that design in and make it last. We can't forget that thumb. Yep, I bet you can guess which colors I'm going to use in these after doing my nails. And if you guessed the purples, you would be correct. A little bit of some sparkle, of course, and I'm probably going to go maybe slight with that and a mixture of these two because I want a little bit of that goldy warmth. You know what I mean? This one's a little too green. This one's a little too yellow, I think. But then I do have this palette from Barry M that I got in the UK. I could use some of this. Let's open that first. And as you can see, these are all my products. I have a couple new products I'm going to be using. And we're going to be trying out this bad boy in a Flex eyeshadow primer. I asked at Priceline about a primer and they said Barry M has one. And that is why I have a Barry M, which is kind of funny because Barry M is a very go-to brand for me, especially for nail polish. Oh, yes. I don't know if I want to go. I think I'm going to be doing the mixture of these, of the Barry M and the Revlon eyeshadows. But first, I got to put my base of my, that with this, the eyes and the eyelashes. But let's put on the main base of the foundation. And of course, we get into some of the kind stuff. So let's put that on. Yep, as you can see, I've used all of my main go-to products here. And another one is this one to do my eyelashes. But because I want to use this new curler. This is from Quick Flash. Quick Flicks. This is Quick Lash from the Quick Flick brand. And I got this because look at the one and how fitting my nails kind of match the packaging. They even have gold. That's what's unplanned. This is my first time using this because it has like a nice comb on it. The one I got was from the UK. It was Superdrug's own brand, and I'm starting not to like it, so I wanted to try a new one. Ooh, this one might be more hefty. So we're gonna do this, and it has like a little comb on it. See? I'm quite intrigued by this. I did see something on the internet that put on magnet eyelashes with something that looked like this, but everyone was saying, I saw it on like Instagram, were saying that it was actually harder than it looked and it was bad. So I was like, okay, maybe I should just stick with the curling of my eyelashes. It's not like I really need, I don't eyelashes, but if that actually did work, I might have considered it. But what I'm going to do, there's my eyelashes right now. So we're just going to take this bad boy, like so. They do say do it a few times if you want to get, let me just see what it says. How to use. Let me just see the how to use just to get an idea of it. I just did it. Make sure your eyelashes are clean and dry. Open the lash curler and place your upper lashes between the clamps. Make sure to get as close as the base of the lashes as possible without pinching your skin. Gently squeeze the clamp together for about 10 to 15 seconds. If you want more dramatic curl, you can repeat this step, but be sure to release the clamp between each squeeze to avoid damaging your lashes. Release the clamp and remove the curls from your lashes. Repeat the process on the other eye and mascara if desired. So you can do it, I guess, without mascara if you just like the look with the way that this does. So I don't need mascara, but I'm probably going to put it to just have that as well. So let's do it a second time on the same one. Can you see the difference? Yeah, I think you can see the little tinelings of my eyelashes a little bit more. So now we're going to do let me just do like a couple more times. I think I need to be a little careful. I think I was pinching myself. Me? Oh my, that's with 3. Yep, I'm going to do a 4th because I like my even numbers. I had to stop there because I was starting to pinch myself. It does seem like it might be a little easy to pinch with this one. So if you feel a little bit of a pinch, just let go instantaneously and redo it. Because this one, there's more there, so it seems to be easier to pinch. So if you feel a slight pinch that feels like it might be your skin, just immediately stop. So there's that. I just got to do the other eye. There is now both my eyes done 4 times. 4 times. I think I got the little bit of hang of it so I didn't pinch myself slightly. So now what I'm going to do is I almost don't need it fully. This is the lip I'm going to use, so we're not done with that yet. But here we go. This is the eyes already. I'm going to put a little bit of eyelash, mascara on it. This is one of my I've tried a few. Yes, most of the ones I tried are cheap, and this was a cheapish one too. But this one, as a cheap one, is the best one I have. So I'm just going to add some. It actually might make it easier to put on. I don't know if it's the mirror I'm using, but. And then I'm going to do my under lashes because I always do my under lashes as well. This is just a little bit big for that, but I do my best. Okay. My right eye with the mascara on it, and this one only curled. Now I just got to get the second one. And there we go with the mascara on both my eyelashes now for both eyes. So of course, yes, granted sometimes it's better to maybe do this after you've done your eye look. But now it's time for the purple eye look. I'm also just going to go with one of these purples, maybe mix, maybe have the outer be a little lighter and the inner be a little darker. And so I think I'm going to go, I don't know if I want to go too dark. I'm just looking at my nails because I'm doing the purple of it all. So let's go with, I think I'm going to go with this in-between purple right there. They call it Island because this is like a tropical kind of, eyeshadow palette. There's the color. I think I'm going to do this as I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the light, which is a tail feather on the outside. And then we're going to put a little bit of the sparkle. Actually, I just remembered something. Get this off of me if I can. Oof. I just remembered something I was going to be using, like I said. I want to try it. Let's see if I look at my eyes. Here is the Berry M Lid Locker. This has a little bit of purple, so I'm going to go on this side where there's none to see the difference because this one's going to have some underneath it. So let's see what this bad boy looks like. Interesting, interesting. So we're putting it on my left eye here. See what it looks like coming out of the container. Come on, is it going to squeeze out or not? It feels very... Is it even squeezable? I need to see if I can squeeze it out. It feels very creamy or something. Okay. Prep eyes and your eyeshadow with lid with Lock Eyeshadow Primer, the ultimate solution for smooth crease-proof eye makeup that stays looking fresh all day and night. The best result, apply to bare lids before eye makeup application and blend with fingertips, okay? I'm trying to... Yeah, that's if I can even get it out. It seems like it's locked closed. What the F? I don't know if you can see that, but I think it's clear. It's really, really, really hard to get out. I'm only getting a bubble. Here it is. It's not clear. See? There we go. So like I said, I'm going to put it here. Let me get my mirror. There it is on my eye. It says to blend with your finger, which is a little hard for me because I have long nails. I don't know if I put enough. Just because I want to do it on both anyway, but it's very interesting oddness, this stuff. I don't know if this is different than most. You can tell me. I don't know. This one seems very hard to get out of the bottle. It's thick and oily. So there we go. Now we're going to do the bad boy of putting on the eyeshadow now that I have gotten that on. So now we're going to go back to the island of it all and do that on my left eye. Just concentrating putting it on my lid. And then I'm going to put the lighter-ish color that's kind of pinkish purple. I need a little bit more, I think. I should have done the thing I usually do, which is put a little bit of like foundation to just neutralize all the lines in my eyes and then put the primer on. I'll put the primer on and then that's what I usually do. I've been doing, which might have helped. This one's lighter, but let's go with, I'm going to use the other side of the brush to do the light color for the top of my eyelid. Kind of doing a grading, because I did use two purples in my nails. I'm going to use two purples in the eye look. So I guess it's going to be like a sunset vibe with my eyes. That's kind of what I'm going for. So there we go. Now we just got to do the other eye with the purple. Bam. There we go. Both my eyes. I think this one might be lesser. I'm not can't remember if I put even just a little bit of the primer. But there we go. Now we just got to put on that goldy sparkle on top of these eyes. Bam. There is all that sparkle galore. If you can see it. Shim shim to the shim. So there's all the purple in the eyes. I was going to use the other palette, but I quite like the sparkle, the Hot Tropic sparkle right there in the middle that I'm pointing at. So that was fitting. So now we do my lippy lip with this nice matte going off the color scheme in its way. See? Kind of a purpley, kind of new. It's kind of like a matte skin tony color. See? You've probably seen this plenty of times. But it was the most fitting for this. So last but not least, this is getting put on. I didn't put any primer on this time on my face except for the eyes. Because I wanted to have a better outcome with the eyeshadow. So there we go with that and everything. Looking good. See? Who said you can't have some fun with it all? I know I can. So there we go with the makeup. Of course, we got to go purplified in the outfit. And here we are. Outfit and all, as it nicely matches my nails. It might not be that kind of goldy yellow fully. This is more of a yellow, like banana kind of, I would say. But that still works and nice and fitting. Brought a little bit of the black. As you saw, there's a little bit of black in my nails for the outline of the little diamond. Yep, just like the diamond of it all. Looking good for sure. Ready to take it on with these yellow jeans, my purple jumper, sweater, and I added a little crop tee vest. And of course, I thought, why not add a belt? So that's what I have done. I did rejuvenate my hair with a little bit of my shampoo spray, dry shampoo spray, so that it looks much more put together and everything. With, of course, some earrings. These ones are just some simple little diamondy purple earrings that I made a long time ago. But there we go. Looking oh so good with all the purple to the yellowy gold of it all. Cheers.